Good morning, students. Today class we are going to discussing about the some of the topics is relating to probability theory. In that one, the first topic is independent variables. In this one, we are mainly discussing about what is the independent events and what is the dependent events. Here, how to define in the independent. One event occurrence is not depending on another event is calling the independent. In our probability theory, we are writing that the combination of any two events we have to using either the conjunction is a union or intersection. Here I am writing that two events representation in terms of its conditional event. Suppose we can take in that normal event, we are writing between any two events. Here I am taking the two events A and B. A and B. The A and B is having the relation is intersection. These two events, those are A comma B, both are independent. The intersection part is equal to the individual product of each and every term probability. You can write in that is the probability of A into probability of B. Probability of A into probability of B when the two events are independent. Suppose we need to consider the combination of two events. Here I am taking that is a Venn diagram. These two events is and the second one is a B. These two are independent means it is not having any common portion. Then we can call it that these two are the independent events. For independent events, we can writing that the combination of a probability in between that we can writing the individual products of the terms. Suppose these two are not independent, that means it is having some common portion. Common portion is A and B. It is having the common portion. The common portion is having, it is not independent. One event occurrence is depending on another event. That type of events we are calling a dependent events. Already in our class we are discussing in so many times. The student go to college when the rainfall is not there. Rainfall is not there. In this statement, the student is go to college when the rainfall is not there. That means here one event is depending on another event. Here first event is the student go to college. The second event in this one is rainfall. Here these two events are, the first event is depending on second event. These are having the common property. What is here the common thing? The common thing is the student work is conditioning by the second event. This one is we are saying in a conditional probability example. But here we are going to discussing about independent and dependent. Suppose we can take in that the deck of 52 cards. In these cards, I can select one card. The selecting card is red color and diamond symbol. Here the red color and diamond symbol cards is how many available in a deck of 52 cards. The red symbol cards are red color cards, we are having the 26. In this 26, we are having the diamond symbol called as a 13. We are having the 13. Here, these two are having that it's a combination, the red and diamond. Red and diamond. These two are a dependent events. Dependent events. The red color cards is available in diamonds, and diamonds is appear in red color. These two events are is a dependent events. Suppose you can consider the example is coin. The coin is having two outcomes. One is a head and second one is a tail. Second one is tail. Here the head appearance is not affecting the tail appearance. At a time only your hand chance is getting the either head or tail. Head or tail. These type of events. One event is not depending on, otherwise the one event is not having any relation with another event. Those type of events we are calling the independent events. Independent events. The independent events we are writing on how to take in the intersection portion. The intersection of two events is equal to the individual product of their probabilities. Similarly, we can writing the independent property on conditional probability. We are writing the conditional probability P of A given B. P of A given B is equal to, already we know that the conditional probability formula is probability of A intersection B divided by the conditional probability is probability of B. Here A and B, A comma B are independent events. Independent events. Then we are writing probability of A intersection B is equal to the individual products of their events. Probability of A into probability of B. Probability of A into probability of B. Now we are simplifying the conditional probability. Probability of A given B is equal to, just I am replacing what is the quantity we are having in the term is a probability of A intersection B. Just I am replacing the quantity here. I am replacing that. That's why I am writing the probability of A into probability of B divided by the conditional event is probability of B. Here you can cancel the terms. Finally, we are obtaining the probability of A. Probability of A. One out to taking that A is a normal event, B is a conditional event. Suppose you can take in B is a normal event, A is a conditional event. What is the value you can obtaining? In second case, I am consider B given A. B given A. This one is we are writing according to conditional probability. Probability of A intersection B divided by probability of the conditional event is A. Here the two events A and B are independent. A and B are independent. We are writing probability of A into probability of B divided by probability of A. From this relation we are writing that here the numerator and denominator P of A and P of A both are cancelled. Then you can writing probability of B. These are we are achieving when the two events are independent. Finally, what are the values we are obtaining in a conditional probability? Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A. Similarly, the probability of B given A is equal to probability of B. These two relations we are obtaining when the two events are independent. Two events are independent. One out of asking explain the independent variables or independent events. You need to explain when how to consider two events A comma B. Both are independent. Both are independent. The intersection of these two events we are writing in terms of probability is the individual product of their corresponding probabilities. Based on that one, we are taking that some of the examples. What is that's why these two are having the combination. These two are is a best example to dependent event. That means the diamond is depending on red color, red is depending on diamond. When the event occurrence is depending on another event, that one is called dependent event. Suppose you can see the second example. The second example is coin. The coin is having two faces. One face is head and second one is a tail. The occurrence of head is not depending on tail occurrence. Here each and every event, suppose you can take in the tail occurrence is not depending on head appearance. That means here the execution of head or tail is not depending on another events. Suppose you can take that head is not depending on tail. Suppose you can take the tail is not depending on head. That type of events is calling independent events. Here I am taking that two events, that's why I am writing like this. Suppose I am taking that n number of events. The probability of A1 intersection, A2 intersection, A3 intersection up to AN. These terms we are writing the probability of A1 into probability of A2 into probability of A3 into up to we are writing that the probability of AN. What are the terms you can consider when I have to take in the intersection operation between any elements? Any elements when the random variables, otherwise the events is independent, you can writing that the individual values of the corresponding probabilities. Here you can apply this individual or independent. Here we are applying the independent concept on a conditional density or a conditional probability functions. We are explaining that the conditional probability for a given b is equal to p of a. Similarly, you can write in that the probability of b given a, the value is p of b. These two values we are achieving when the two events are independent. When the two events are independent, we are applying these two relations. Coming to the next one. The next one is Bernoulli's. Bernoulli's trials. The Bernoulli is one of the scientists. He is proposing one of the concept. The concept is he is doing the number of trials on a random experiments, how to achieving that our desired value. In this Bernoulli's trials, he has taken that n number of trials. In this n number of trials, you need to k times. The Bernoulli's trials we are writing NCK. The NCK we are expanding n factorial divided by n minus k factorial into k factorial. Here the Bernoulli, according to Bernoulli, is proposing one relation. The relation is NCK. Here n is representing the number of trials and k is representing our desired times. In this desired times, you can expand this value. We are writing n factorial divided by n minus k factorial into k factorial. In this relation, we are writing the factorial term n factorial quantity. We are writing n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 up to how many values we are having that up to we are writing the 1. The total values we are multiplying that, finally we got that n factorial value. Similarly, for k factorial also we are applying the same orientation. These are Bernoulli's trials. In this Bernoulli trials, we are having that n value and k value. In this one, the n value is large, and n minus k value is also large and k value is also more. In this relation we are having the capital N and n minus k and small k. Totally we are having the three terms capital N and n minus k and k. These three quantities are large. These three quantities are large. We can go for Laplace. Laplace approximation. Laplace approximation. In Bernoulli's trials, we are having the two approaches. One approach is Laplace approximation and second one is Poisson approach. So Poisson approximation. See here the Laplace approximation. The Laplace approximation is totally based on the Bernoulli's trials. In this one, the first condition is n minus k and k. Values are large. We are going to use Laplace approximation. The probability of an event A, probability of event occurrence in k times. In k times, we are writing 1 divided by square root of 2 pi n p into 1 minus q into the exponential of minus x minus np whole square divided by 2 into np into 1 minus q. Here you can place in that is a k value here. So k minus, this is the quantity we are writing that. For Laplace approximation, the n value, n minus k and k value are large. We have to simplify the type of experiments by using the Laplace approximation. The formula is the probability of the event A occurrence in k times. We are writing like this. In this relation, the capital N is representing number of trials, P is representing the successive probability, Q is representing the failure probability, and K is representing the wanted trials. This is totally the expression for Laplace approximation. Coming to the next one. What is the next one? Is a Poisson approximation. In this Poisson approximation, where hand the limitation is already we are discussing in examples of density and distribution function. Here also we are discussing that. The reason is the concept is we are also reading in probability theory. That's why we are discussing once again about Poisson approximation. Here the n value is capital, n value is large, and the successive probability P is small. In case of Laplace approximation, these three terms are large. But in case of Poisson approximation, the n is large and p is small. We can able to find the probability of an event occurrence. In Bernoulli's, we are writing probability of A event occurrence in k times. Is equal to, already you know that formula, the same formula we are writing here. The formula is e power. Here the lambda is replacing with np. E power minus np into np whole power k divided by k factorial. By using this formula, we are able to finding the Poisson approximation value for a given event occurrence when n is large and p is small. Already we are doing some of the examples relating to Poisson approximation in last class. And coming to the next one. The next one is multiplication theorem on probability. The multiplication theorem is taken that when the experiment is performing more than one event at a time. When the experiment is performing more than one event at a time, have to using the multiplication theorem on probability theory. Here you can consider the number of events is A1 intersection, A2 intersection, A3 up to the events we are writing AN. Those events multiplication we are writing the probability of A1, that one is representing the first event probability, is multiplying with the second event. The second event is, it is conditioning, so A2 by A1, and next event is multiplying its probability is A3 divided by what are the remaining events is already done. We can writing in conditional terms, so A1, A2, can writing up to n terms. Suppose you can writing that the last term is an divided by what are the terms we are having up to A1, A2, A3 and so on, an minus 1. This can be representing the multiplication theorem on probability. See one example for that. The example is, can take in one word. The word is attract, ATTRACT. By using this word, we can shuffling the letters and we can forming the new word. The new word is tact. What is the probability for getting the tact word from this attracted word? What is the probability for getting the tact word? First of all, how many letters, otherwise how many characters we are having this word? Totally we are having the 7 characters. The total possible outcomes are 7. Now you need to find the tact. First of all, we are having the T. What is the probability for getting the T? T is equal to, already you know that, the probability definition, the desired outcome divided by total possible outcomes. Based on this relation, we are writing for getting the first T letter from this attract word. How many letters or how many characters is available in this word? Totally 7 characters is available. In this tact, for the first letter is T. For getting the T, we can write in the probability here. How many T's is available? Totally 3 T's are available. And total possible outcomes are totally 7. You can writing the 3 by 7. This is the probability for getting the first letter T. And next one is, probability of A. Probability of A. The event we are finding A by T. A by T is equal to how many A letters is available? Totally 2 letters is available. Among the 7 letters, already we can pick one letter. The letter is a T. That's why you can eliminating that counting number. You can subtracting one value from the 7. That's why the total possible outcomes are 6. Total are 6. In this desired outcome, how many A letters is available? We are having the 2. 2. We are writing the probability for getting the A letter from this attract word. Similarly, you can writing the next probability for getting the C. For getting the C value, what is the previous values we are having? We are writing in bottom. How many C characters are available in this attract word? Only one. Only one. That's you can writing one here. And the total possible outcomes already we are taking the 2 letters. The remaining letters we are writing the in bottom is a 5. Similarly, you can writing for getting the another T. The T divided by tag. T divided by tag. Already we are using one T, remaining we are having the 2 T's. So I am writing the desired value is 2 divided by how many letters we have picked. We have picked the totally 3 letters. That's why I can minimizing the counting value 2 from 7 to 3 elements. We are subtracting that. We are writing 2 by 4. The quantity is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Now we need to find what is the final probability for getting the tag word. Tag word according to multiplication theorem on a probability, we are writing this probability of T into probability of T even A into probability of the C even AT into probability of T even tag. Even tag. The values I am substituting here. The first quantity is 3 by 7 into the next quantity is 2 by 6. 2 by 6 and the next quantity is 1 by 5 and next quantity is 1 by 2. This can be representing that the final probability value for getting the tag word from the attract word. Tag word from the attract word. You can simplify this one. Finally, you can obtain the desired value is 2 times and 3 2 times. In denominator, we are getting the 1 by 70. 1 by 70. We can obtain this probability. This is one of the example for multiplication theorem on probability.